First contact and crisis. The quantum anomaly detector at the Kuiper Belt Monitoring Station wasn't supposed to do anything interesting. Its primary purpose was tracking space debris and asteroid trajectories, making sure nothing threatened Earth's expanding solar infrastructure. That's why when Station Commander Raina Patel's morning coffee was interrupted by a cascade of alarms, she initially assumed it was a malfunction. "Jenkins, run a diagnostic on the QAD," she called out to her technical officer, who was already furiously typing at his console. "Already on it, Commander," Richard Jenkins replied, his dark fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "But these readings don't make sense. We're detecting thousands of quantum signatures, all clustered together just beyond the Kuiper Belt. They're massive, Commander." Raina set down her coffee and moved to Jenkins' station, her eyes widening as she studied the readings. These energy signatures, they're organized, too organized to be natural. Before she could speculate further, the station's communication array lit up with activity. The message that came through changed everything humanity thought they knew about their place in the universe. To any receiving station of Earth, the message began, transmitted in perfect English. "We are the collective of the 7 stars. Our fleet of 3,000 ships carries refugees from a dying star system. We have exhausted our quantum drives attempting to decelerate from near-light speed travel, and our gravitational dampeners are failing. We request immediate assistance. 1,800,000 souls await your response." The next 48 hours became a blur of activity. The United Earth Defense Council convened an emergency session. Every major space agency mobilized their resources. The world's leading physicists and engineers were called to an emergency summit in Geneva. Raina found herself in the middle of it all, coordinating with Earth's hastily assembled first contact team. The alien fleet's situation was dire. Their attempt to decelerate from near-light speed had drained their primary power systems, and their backup systems were failing. Without help, they would either drift forever in the void or be torn apart by their own malfunctioning gravitational systems. Dr. Nikolai Volkov, Earth's leading expert in quantum mechanics, presented his analysis to the gathered scientists and military leaders. "Their technology is centuries ahead of ours," he explained, his weathered face grave. "But that's exactly why they're in trouble. Their ships are too advanced, too dependent on massive amounts of power. They're like a quantum computer trying to run on an AA battery." "Then what can we possibly do to help them?" General Diana Martinez asked, voicing what everyone was thinking. It was Raina who surprised everyone with an unexpected suggestion. "What if that's exactly why they came to us?" She stepped forward, pointing to the holographic display of the alien fleet. "Look at their trajectory. They passed 3 other star systems before reaching us. Systems that our deep space telescopes show signs of advanced civilizations. But they chose Earth. Why?" The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Dr. Volkov's eyes lit up with understanding. "Because we're still using primitive technology that might be compatible with their backup systems." The next few days saw the largest mobilization of scientific and industrial resources in human history. Every space-capable nation contributed ships, resources, and personnel. Private space companies retooled their manufacturing lines to produce emergency power systems and basic supplies. The first close-up images of the alien fleet left everyone speechless. The ships were beautiful, organic curves of what looked like liquid metal, each one larger than Earth's biggest cities. But their usual luminescent surfaces were dark, power systems barely maintaining life support for their desperate passengers. As Earth prepared its rescue mission, Raina received another transmission from the alien fleet. This time, it included visual contact. The being on the screen was humanoid but clearly alien, with iridescent skin and eyes that seemed to contain swirling galaxies. "I am First Speaker Zarathan," the alien said. "We chose your world because we observed something unique in your species. You preserve your past technologies alongside your advances. You understand the value of simplicity. We hope we chose wisely." Reyna looked at the alien leader, seeing the same fear and hope she'd seen in countless human eyes during crisis. "First speaker," she replied. "Humanity has dreamed of meeting other intelligent life for centuries. Now that we have, we won't let you face this crisis alone. We're launching our first rescue ships tomorrow. Tell your people to hold on." As she ended the transmission, Reyna looked out at the stars through the station's observation dome. Humanity's greatest challenge lay ahead, but also its greatest opportunity. They had one chance to prove they deserved their place among the stars. The science of survival. The Lunar Emergency Response Center buzzed with activity as scientists from Earth worked alongside holographic projections of their alien counterparts. What had begun as a rescue mission was rapidly evolving into the greatest technological and cultural exchange in human history. Chief Engineer Kai Tanaka stood before a three-dimensional projection of an alien quantum drive, his tired eyes reflecting the hologram's soft blue glow. "The principle is elegant," he explained to his team. "They've essentially created artificial quantum wells to harvest zero-point energy, but without enough initial power to maintain the field stability. It's like trying to lift yourself by your own bootstraps," finished Dr. Isabella Rodriguez, the quantum physicist who'd been working without sleep for the past 3 days. "Their technology requires energy to make energy." The alien engineer, whose name roughly translated to "thought in motion," manipulated the hologram with graceful gestures. Their bioluminescent skin pulsed with patterns that the translation software interpreted as signs of frustration. "Our systems were designed to be self-sustaining," they explained. "We never anticipated a scenario where all 3,000 ships would require simultaneous emergency power." Kai walked through the hologram, studying the intricate network of quantum conduits. "Show me your backup systems again," he requested. As the image shifted, he noticed something interesting. "These emergency power couplings, they're based on magnetic induction, aren't they? A primitive but reliable technology," Thought in Motion confirmed. "We maintain it as a redundancy, though it's rarely used." Isabella's eyes widened as she caught Kai's train of thought. "Primitive is exactly what we need. What if we don't try to power up their quantum drives directly? What if we just give them enough juice to restart their basic systems?" The next few hours saw an unprecedented collaboration. Human engineers, accustomed to working with limited resources, proposed solutions that the aliens had never considered. The aliens, in turn, helped refine these ideas with their advanced understanding of physics. Meanwhile, in another section of the facility, Dr. Fatima Hassan was making a different kind of breakthrough. As Earth's leading xenobiologist, she'd been tasked with understanding the biological needs of their new allies. What she discovered was astounding. "Their bodies are essentially quantum computers," she explained to the medical team. "Their bioluminescence isn't just for communication. It's a literal physical manifestation of their thought processes. And right now, they're under immense stress." The medical data showed that the aliens were suffering from more than just technological failure. The prolonged power shortage was affecting their biological functions. Their quantum-based biology required specific energy fields to maintain optimal health. "We need to solve this fast," Fatima announced during the next joint briefing. "It's not just their ships that are failing. Their people are literally dying from quantum entropy." The news added urgency to an already critical situation. Kai and Isabella's team worked faster, testing various combinations of Earth's primitive power systems. They discovered that while no single human power source could match the aliens' quantum drives, a network of smaller systems might provide enough energy to bootstrap their basic functions. "It's like jump-starting a car," Kai explained to first speaker Zarathan, who had transferred their consciousness to the lunar facility via quantum entanglement. "We don't need to power everything at once. We just need to get your basic systems running again." The alien leader's holographic form shimmered with what the humans were learning to recognize as hope. "Your species continues to surprise us," they said. "We have become so dependent on our advanced technology that we forgot the fundamental principles that led to its development." As the first week of the crisis drew to a close, The human-alien team had developed a prototype emergency power system. It wasn't elegant, a combination of fusion reactors, magnetic induction arrays, and retrofitted solar collectors, but initial tests showed promise. "It's not pretty," Isabella admitted, looking at the sprawling network of cables and conductors that filled the test chamber. "But it works. The magnetic induction bridges the gap between our power sources and their systems." The successful test marked a turning point, but they all knew the real challenge lay ahead. Scaling up the prototype to save 3,000 massive ships would require resources and coordination on a scale humanity had never attempted. As the team prepared for the next phase, Kai found himself working late one night with thought in motion. The alien engineer had been studying Earth's historical technological development. "Your species' progress is unique," they observed. "Most civilizations discard old technologies as they advance, but humans, you build upon them, layer them, adapt them. Perhaps this is why the universe brought us to you." Kai smiled as he made final adjustments to the prototype. "Maybe it's because we know something your people forgot," he suggested. "Sometimes the best solutions aren't the most advanced ones. They're the ones that work." As the lunar facility prepared for the massive rescue operation, news feeds across Earth showed the first close-up images of the alien ships. Humanity looked to the stars with a new perspective, understanding that their primitive technology might just save an advanced civilization. The question was, could they do it in time? Operation Lifeline. The launch of Operation Lifeline marked the largest space mobilization in human history. 500 Earth vessels, ranging from converted cargo ships to hastily retrofitted space stations, formed a massive convoy heading toward the stranded alien fleet. Each ship carried components of the hybrid power system that represented humanity's best hope for saving nearly 2 million lives. Fleet Commander Olivia West stood on the bridge of the ESS Prometheus, the operation's flagship, watching the armada of human ships stretch out before her. The sight would have been impossible just months ago. Vessels from traditionally rival nations flying in perfect formation, united by a common purpose. "Status report on the power grid assembly teams," she commanded, her voice steady despite the weight of responsibility. Lieutenant Marcus Wong consulted his tactical display. "Teams 1 through 20 are in position, Commander. The Chinese-Indian coalition has their fusion reactors ready, and the European Space Agency's magnetic inductors are calibrated. Russian solar arrays are at optimal efficiency." The plan was ambitious but straightforward. Create a massive power distribution network around the alien fleet, using Earth's combined technological resources to generate enough energy to restart the aliens' basic systems. The challenge wasn't just technical, it was a logistical nightmare requiring perfect coordination between hundreds of vessels and thousands of crew members. As they approached the alien fleet, the true scale of their task became apparent. The alien ships were enormous, their dark surfaces reflecting the distant sunlight like black pearls in space. What had once been a magnificent sight of gleaming, energy-rich vessels was now a graveyard of technological marvels running on emergency power. "First connection team, you're cleared to approach," Olivia announced. She watched as smaller vessels broke formation, carrying teams of engineers in specialized suits designed for the delicate work ahead. The first connection would be crucial. They had to establish a stable power flow to the alien flagship without overwhelming their sensitive systems. Chief Engineer Tanaka's voice came through the comm system from his position on one of the engineering vessels. "Beginning power coupling sequence," he reported. "Initial magnetic field established. Starting energy transfer at 5% capacity." Everyone held their breath as the first stream of energy flowed through the hybrid system. On the alien flagship, lights flickered dimly, the first sign of external power reaching their systems. "Power flow stable," Kai announced, increasing to 15%, 30%. Suddenly, warning lights flashed across every console. "Power surge in Sector 7. Lieutenant Wong called out. "The magnetic field is fluctuating." "All teams, hold position," Olivia commanded. "Kai, what's happening?" "The alien systems are drawing more power than anticipated," he replied, his voice tense. "Their quantum matrix is like a vacuum. It's pulling energy faster than we can safely provide it." A new voice joined the channel, thought in motion, monitoring from their ship. "Our systems, they're trying to restore themselves too quickly, like a starving being consuming too much food at once. We need to, what's your human expression? Throttle back. Implementing emergency protocols," Kai responded, reconfiguring power distribution to create a staged intake system. The next hours were a dangerous dance of energy and technology. Human engineers worked alongside alien specialists, finding ways to feed power to the massive ships without overwhelming their delicate quantum systems. Each successful connection was a small victory, each stabilized system a step closer to salvation. As the operation progressed, they made an unexpected discovery. The alien ships, despite their advanced technology, were adapting to work with the human power systems. It was as if the vessels themselves were learning, finding ways to operate more efficiently with the primitive energy sources. "Remarkable," Thought in Motion observed. "Our ship's quantum AI is reconfiguring itself, creating new protocols to work with your power grid. They're evolving." By the end of the first day, they had successfully connected and stabilized power to 50 alien ships. It wasn't just about providing energy. Each connection required careful calibration, constant monitoring, and real-time adjustments to prevent system overloads. The human crews worked in shifts, their determination never wavering. Stories began to spread through the fleet of alien children watching through viewing ports as human engineers worked on their ship systems, of cultural exchanges during brief rest periods, of two civilizations learning from each other in ways no one had anticipated. Commander West received regular updates from the alien ships. Their people were growing stronger as stable power was restored, their quantum-based biology responding to the return of proper energy fields. But they were in a race against time. The remaining ships were operating on critically low power. "We need to work faster," she announced during a fleet-wide briefing. "Every hour we delay, we risk losing more lives. I want all teams to implement the Beta Protocol." The Beta Protocol was risky. It involved connecting multiple ships simultaneously rather than the safer ship-by-ship approach. But they were running out of options. As the human fleet prepared for this accelerated operation, Olivia received a private transmission from First Speaker Zarathan. The alien leader's holographic form showed signs of renewed strength, their bioluminescence brighter than in previous communications. "Your people's dedication humbles us," they said. "We came to your system believing we were superior, that we might find simple aid from a developing civilization. Instead, we found equals who approach problems differently, but no less effectively. Perhaps this crisis will teach both our peoples valuable lessons." Olivia nodded, watching as another wave of engineering teams deployed to the waiting alien ships. "We're learning that advancement isn't just about having the most sophisticated technology," she replied. "It's about understanding when to use which tool and having the wisdom to admit when you need help." As the operation entered its critical phase, the combined fleet glowed against the backdrop of space, a testament to what could be achieved when two civilizations work together, each contributing their unique strengths to overcome what had seemed an impossible challenge. Trial by fire. No one saw the solar flare coming. The massive burst of electromagnetic energy caught both human and alien sensors off guard, its intensity far beyond normal parameters. As the wave of charged particles approached the combined fleet, Commander West's tactical display erupted with warnings. "Massive electromagnetic disturbance approaching." Lieutenant Wang's voice cut through the chaos. "Impact in 3 minutes. All ships, emergency protocols." Olivia commanded, her training kicking in. Redirect power to electromagnetic shields. But they faced an impossible choice. The hybrid power systems sustaining the alien vessels couldn't maintain both their life support and strong electromagnetic shielding. Diverting power could save the ship's systems, but expose their quantum-sensitive inhabitants to lethal radiation. We can't shut down power to the alien ships. Kai's voice cracked through the comm. Their quantum matrices are too fragile. A complete shutdown would cause catastrophic cascade failures. Time seemed to slow as Olivia processed their options. 3,000 alien ships, 2 million lives, and 500 human vessels, all hanging in the balance. The solar flare would hit them with the force of 1,000 electromagnetic pulses. Then, through the crisis channel, came an unexpected voice. It was Junior Engineer Raj Patel, speaking from his position near the fleet's outer edge. "Commander, the alien ships, their hulls are designed to channel quantum energy. What if we use them as shields?" "Explain," Olivia demanded, even as the countdown to impact continued. "Their hull geometry," Raj continued, speaking faster now. "It's perfect for deflecting energy. If we reconfigure our power grid to work with their hull systems, we could create a massive deflector array." Thought in Motion's voice joined the conversation. "Yes, yes. Our hulls were designed to channel quantum forces. With your power grid providing the base energy, we could create a defensive screen. But the reconfiguration would need to be precise, instantaneous. Time to impact. 2 minutes, the automated warning system announced. Olivia made her decision. All ships, new formation. Form concentric circles around the alien fleet. Kai, coordinate with Thought in Motion. Reconfigure every power coupling we have. Everyone else, prepare for emergency protocols on my mark." The next 100 seconds were a blur of coordinated chaos. Human ships moved with practiced precision, forming protective layers around the vulnerable alien vessels. Engineers worked frantically to redirect power flows, converting their life-giving energy grid into what they hoped would become a massive shield. Impact in 30 seconds. "Power reconfiguration at 70%, Kai reported. "We need more time." "We don't have it," Olivia replied. "All ships, brace for impact. Initiate emergency protocols. Now." The solar flare struck like a hammer of light. The combined fleet's hastily assembled defense grid lit up, alien hulls glowing with channeled energy as they attempted to deflect the massive electromagnetic surge. Human ships added their conventional shields to the effort, their smaller energy fields joining the larger quantum matrix. For a moment, it seemed to work. The first wave of charged particles scattered against their makeshift shield, but then alarms blared across every ship. Power surge in the main grid. Kai's voice was nearly drowned out by warning sirens. "The quantum matrices are overloading." "Hold the line," Olivia ordered. "Redirect all non-essential power to the shield grid." What happened next would be debated and studied for years to come. The alien ship's quantum systems, instead of failing under the strain, began to resonate with each other. Their hulls, designed to channel quantum energy, created a synchronized network that strengthened their collective defense. Incredible. Thought in Motion breathed. "Our ships, they're adapting. The quantum AIs are learning from your power distribution patterns." The fleet became a spectacular light show, human and alien technology working in harmony to hold back the solar storm. When the main flare finally passed, 15 minutes later, every system was strained to its limit. But they had survived. As damage reports began coming in, they discovered something extraordinary. The crisis had forced their technologies to integrate in ways their careful planning hadn't anticipated. The alien ship's quantum systems had partially recharged from absorbing the solar flare's energy, guided by the stable framework of human power distribution. "Status report," Olivia called out, her voice hoarse. "Minimal casualties," Lieutenant Wong reported, sounding amazed. "Some system damage to outer fleet vessels, but nothing critical. The alien ships, they're showing increased power readings across the board." Thought in Motion's next transmission carried tones of excitement that needed no translation. The solar flare, what should have been a disaster, became an opportunity. "Our quantum drives are now operating at 30% capacity and rising. Your primitive power grid acted as a stabilizing framework, allowing our systems to safely absorb and process the surge. Kai's laughter carried across the comm channel. Sometimes the best solutions come from necessity. We just accidentally created the biggest jumpstart in history. As the fleet regained its stability, Olivia received messages from both human and alien crews, sharing stories of cooperation during the crisis. Engineers who had worked together to maintain power flows, tactical officers coordinating shield harmonics, medical teams treating radiation exposure in both species. First speaker Zarethan's transmission reached her last. The alien leader's holographic form showed signs of the strain they'd all endured, but their voice was strong. Commander West, your people have proven themselves beyond any doubt. What could have been our final tragedy has become a triumph of cooperation. We are honored to call humanity our allies. Looking out at the still glowing fleet, Olivia allowed herself a small smile. In facing disaster together, they had achieved more than just survival. They had forged a bond between civilizations that would reshape the future of both species. Legacy of Two Worlds. 1 year after the Great Rescue, the orbit of Mars hosted an unprecedented gathering. The newly constructed Harmony Station hung in space like a gleaming symbol of interstellar cooperation, its design a perfect fusion of human practicality and alien quantum architecture. Representatives from Earth and the collective of 7 stars had gathered to commemorate what historians were already calling the quantum bootstrap. Commander Olivia West, now Admiral West, stood at the station's observation deck, watching ships from both civilizations dock with practiced ease. The alien vessels no longer appeared as dark, powerless hulks. They now pulsed with their natural luminescence, their quantum drives fully restored and improved through human collaboration. Still hard to believe sometimes, isn't it? Kai Tanaka joined her at the window, his engineer's badge now adorned with both Earth and collective symbols. 1 year ago, we were frantically trying to save them. Now look at what we've built together. The station itself was a testament to their shared achievement. Human fusion reactors worked in perfect harmony with alien quantum systems, creating a hybrid power grid more efficient than either civilization had achieved alone. What had started as an emergency solution had evolved into a new branch of physics, quantum conventional energy dynamics. Admiral, Lieutenant Wang's voice came through her communicator. The ceremony is ready to begin. The main chamber of Harmony Station was filled to capacity. Humans stood shoulder to shoulder with their alien counterparts, their differences now a source of strength rather than division. First speaker Zarethan's holographic form took center stage, their bioluminescence creating patterns of joy that everyone had learned to recognize. 1 year ago, they began. Our people faced extinction. We came to Earth as refugees, our advanced technology failing us when we needed it most. What we found was not just salvation, but a profound lesson in humility and wisdom. The speaker gestured to the station around them. This facility represents more than just a memorial to our rescue. It is a testament to what can be achieved when civilizations share their strengths rather than compare them. Humanity taught us that true advancement lies not in abandoning the old for the new, but in finding ways to make them work together. Admiral West took the stage next, her voice carrying the authority of one who had led through crisis. The quantum bootstrap taught us all something vital about progress. It's not a straight line from primitive to advanced technology. Sometimes the most sophisticated solution involves combining technologies from different eras, different worlds. The ceremony marked more than just remembrance. It was also the inauguration of the Interstellar exchange program. Young engineers and scientists from both civilizations would train together, learning to combine their different approaches to technology and problem-solving. Thought in Motion, now the head of the Joint Technological Development Board, demonstrated their latest achievement. The holographic display showed a new class of ship, one that incorporated both quantum drives and conventional engines. We call it the Bootstrap class, they announced. It can operate on either power system independently or combine them for unprecedented efficiency. But perhaps the most significant changes were cultural. The alien refugees, originally planning to continue their journey, had chosen to establish permanent settlements throughout the solar system. Their quantum-based terraforming technology, combined with human engineering, was transforming Mars and several Jovian moons into habitable worlds. After the ceremony, Admiral West found herself in a quiet moment with first speaker Zarathan. The alien leader's holographic form seemed more solid than ever, thanks to improvements in quantum projection technology. "You know," Zarathan mused, "when we first detected your civilization, some thought you were too primitive to help us. Now, many of our younger generation are studying what they call human innovative thinking, the ability to solve complex problems with simple tools." Olivia smiled. "And our universities are full of students studying quantum physics in ways we never imagined possible. We've both learned that true advancement comes not from discarding the old, but from building bridges between different ways of thinking." As the celebration continued, news arrived from the outer solar system. The first joint human-alien deep space expedition was preparing to launch. The mission would use both quantum and conventional technology to explore beyond the solar system's edge. The crew, mixed from both species, represented a new era of space exploration. Looking out at the combined fleet of ships surrounding Harmony Station, Admiral West reflected on how far they'd come. What had started as a desperate rescue mission had evolved into something far more significant, a partnership that promised to reshape the future of both civilizations. The legacy of the quantum bootstrap would echo through generations, a reminder that in the vast expanse of space, the greatest strength lies not in technological superiority, but in the willingness to learn from each other, to combine different approaches, and to face challenges together. As the Earth rose over Mars' horizon, casting its blue light across the station, both humans and aliens watched in appreciation. They had not just saved a stranded fleet. They had found a new way forward, together among the stars.